we're due for a good bonding session.
It's like the end of an era.
We're all gonna get through this.
Yeah, it's emotional.
Any tears over it?
Yeah, it's kind of sad to see it end.
We're so excited. You brought joy to so many people for so many years. You have just launched this YouTube channel.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And you know what? Today, we are in the glam room with Caitlyn Jenner.
Why was now the right time to launch a YouTube channel and get some new content up there?
Well, you know, during this pandemic, I've got to stay busy and I got to do something. And actually, I was thinking about doing it. And then Sophia had a conversation with Chris, and Chris goes, you know, Caitlyn should start a YouTube channel. And I said, well, yeah, I've been thinking about it. And she kind of motivated me to say, okay, let's try it. Kylie has one. She had all the contacts. We contacted YouTube. They liked the idea. And anyway, it started. And It's been a lot of fun.
This was actually a little bit of a family affair. Chris gave you some advice on this.
Actually, and since it came out, the girls have all called me and said, oh my God, I love what you're doing. This is great, you know? And we're gonna be doing some things in the future. Social media has become so big, obviously, and there's nobody bigger than my family. Agreed?
Agreed. Literally no one.
Yes. And they've used this format magnificently. And a lot of times on Instagram or this, when things come up, whether it's family issues, maybe trans issues, personal stuff, things that you're doing, those formats are very short. The YouTube gives you the opportunity to go more of in a long format. And so I've been able to do a lot of fun stuff. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it. Saturday night, I got almost all of the girls from I Am Kate coming to dinner at the house.
Oh, you got to film that.
And we're shooting that, and I'm so looking forward to it because that's where that show started, at my kitchen table. When they came out, I had never met anybody who was trans. I couldn't, and that was my first meeting with all these girls, and we wound up going on and doing the show. And I just want to see where everybody's at now.
Well, you spent years being filmed and then being edited. How does it feel to have a platform that's kind of at your control, where you're filming and you're choosing what you want to put up there?
I like it so much better. I like to be able to control my content.
I watched your video where you were looking back at the Keeping Up with the Kardashians episodes. What was that like for you to take a trip down memory lane?
I have the greatest home videos in life. And it's been so much fun to watch Kendall and Kylie grow up on the show. I mean, I think Kylie was 9, Kendall was 10, 11 when it started. And to watch them grow up basically on camera, yeah, it's pretty sentimental. And now everybody has gone their own direction, have their own lives. I'm still involved, but it's just not like it used to be. And that's the sentimental part. The show was the best at keeping the family together, to dealing with issues. I have to say, I had some of the best conversations with my children on camera. It kind of forces you. A lot of times as a parent, you put it off.
I have to ask how you feel about it ending. They just announced this. The show is ending.
I talked to all the kids. I talked to Kim yesterday. I talked to them, and they have done such a magnificent job in taking that show and building their own careers outside of the show. I mean, look, Kim has done just such a strong businesswoman. Khloe, Kourtney, Kendall and Kylie, they have their own careers right now. And they use that format so well that there's a million things to do, And so I think in some ways they might be a little bit relieved that, it's over with. But on the other hand, it was such a great format for the entire family. We'll always miss that. We're talking over 500 episodes, 20 seasons. I mean, by far, they built the best reality series ever in history,
Ever.
I mean, it's epic, yeah.
What do you think it was? Why now?
I just think everybody where their life was. Kendall's got her modeling career. Kylie's got her business. Kim's got two businesses, KKW and Skims, and Chloe's got her businesses and this and that. Enough is enough. I think it was just like time, you know what? We did it. Phenomenal success. Let's move on and do the other things we're doing. I mean, Kim's working on her law degree. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, well, it's a tough call because on the one hand, they're so good at managing everything, and you guys all are. And then on the other hand, I get why they might need some relief. A lot of fans felt like, especially with Kourtney, they were watching and Kourtney seemed ready to move on.
I'm taking a break from the show.
Now I can focus and plan my time of being a mom.
Kourtney's felt like she wanted to move on for much longer. She was probably the first one to say, okay, I've done this. I've got my other things going on. And that's what kind of inspired me to do the YouTube channel. Actually, I got some really fun stuff with Kylie coming up. I have talked to her and I think she will. She's already agreed to do it, but I haven't shot it yet. Kylie doing my makeup, and then for her YouTube channel, I do her makeup.
I love this so much. Amazing.
Yes, here I am. I'm doing her makeup on $1 billion face. It's a little scary. Kim even talked about doing the cooking shows do really well. Come over to her house and we'll cook dinner, for all the kids and stuff like that.
You were a part of Kardashians for so long. Will we see you pop in these final seasons at all?
It's a secret. Can't tell.
It would feel wrong if you didn't.
Don't be shocked if I do show up, but we'll see. I was there at the beginning. I would like to be there at the end, yeah.
Have you talked to Kris about that?
Can't say that.
Well, you said she's helping
You're
with...
gonna have to watch.
Can I ask, when you got the news that it was ending, who was the first call or text about it ending?
The first one was Kim. She's kind of the leader of that family. I had dinner at Kylie's house last night and we talked a lot about it. But everybody's okay. It's like the end of an era.
Yeah.
And that show brought our families so close together. The vacations we took were so much fun.
My earring's gone! My diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone. And there's people that are dying.
Places we never would have gone all together, And it's just great memories. It was good stuff. It was a fun run. Fun run.
So it sounds like you and Kim and maybe you and Kylie had kind of an emotional conversation about it.
Yeah, we did. Chloe was there. Yeah, it's emotional. Yeah.
Any tears over it?
Yeah, it's kind of sad to see it end, but we'll all be okay.
Who's maybe hit the hardest by it? Who might miss the show the most?
Ooh, good question. Kris. Yeah, Kris. I don't know. What's she going to organize now? She's got 10 million things up in the air, kids' careers, this, that, she might miss that it's gone, And, but I'm not worried about her. She's doing just fine.
Which of the kids do you think would be most likely to be on TV again?
Chloe.
Because she's just good.
Yeah, she's just good. She's such a piece of work. Yeah, and I can see her doing something else, Yeah, she would be the one. Kourtney's got her own thing. She's got all the kids. She's got her own business, Poosh. And Kim is, got all these kids, working her butt off, doing all these different things, where Chloe, I think, with her personality, she could do just about anything she wanted to do.
All the inner workings and what great business women everybody is. So could there be another deal, a show with streaming, something on a Netflix? What do you think? Could there be a deal lined up?
I think for right now, the closest thing you're going to get is my YouTube channel because I want to keep the kids involved, I do so many different things, I still race cars once in a while.
Here we are.
I got beauty tips. I go a little bit right here, a little darker. I get rid of that jawline. We got cooking. Cook up the garlic, not too much. I got a wide variety of things to do, which I'm kind of interested to see on my subscriptions on what they like the best.
Do you see this next chapter of you guys' life as just enjoying that family time and the grandkids? How has that been for you?
I have been very blessed. I have a lot of grandkids, technically 18 grandkids, okay? That's a lot of kids. I want to feature all the kids, and highlight them, because I think they're really shining examples of this generation coming up who have may not have been in front of camera all the time, but have really done extraordinary things with their life. And I'm very extraordinarily proud of them.
Do you think they'll carry on the family legacy of being on TV one day? I'm
a firm believer in finding that one thing in life, that when you find it, the world changes. I hope these kids find out what they love. So when they get up in the morning, they're excited about the day. They can't wait for the day to start because they've got the perfect picture to paint.
As you just said, Kris now has a missing business hole in her life.
Yes.
Should she just come in and help you skyrocket the YouTube channel?
Yeah, no, she did help out. Just kind of get the beginning of the ball rolling, and making the right contacts with the right people, which she's obviously very good at.
You guys as a family are such an example of this, of people who are co-parents getting along with each other and being in a good place.
Yeah, because a lot of times that is not always the case.
Yeah.
But Kris and I, because of the family and the kids, we've been able to stay pretty close. I mean, I think we're closer now than we were a year or two ago.
By the way, the last time I talked to you, I asked if you would ever join as a possible next venture, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I remember you, yeah. Yeah, I remember you that. Then, of course, that went all over the media.
Well, now, is there any update on that? And also now that Kris is free, people are saying maybe Kris should join it. What do you think?
I think Kris could get in with those girls and mix it up and have no problem whatsoever. Much better than I can. I'm not into all the drama, with all these women are into, can you? But Kris, I think Kris would be phenomenal on that. And plus, she's friends with everybody. She knows everybody. And, Lisa Rinna is like one of her best buddies. So I think it's a much easier tie for Kris.
Oh my gosh. By the way, you want to talk about a relationship we've watched over the years, Kourtney and Scott. What do you think? Do you want to see them ultimately get back together? Will we see that happen for the final season?
I don't know. I would hope he can kind of get his act together, and they've got all these kids together. Like Kourtney and Scott are both good parents, whether they work it out themselves and for a lasting relationship, I don't know. That's a Kourtney question.
Do you see yourself or any of your kids doing a spinoff, doing another show? You guys spawned how many spinoffs over the years?
I think right now everybody's going to take a big breather. Khloe was, picked the #1 reality star in the country. I'm sure there's other things that she would like to do. I don't think you've seen the last of the family.
I keep asking you about the girls, but Rob as well. How's Rob doing? Do you think we'll see him on the show more near the end?
I hope so. Rob was an integral part of the show. He's kind of stayed out of the limelight for the last few years, which is fine. That's his own prerogative. I have seen him. He's been doing much better, and I'm happy for him.
I know you and Kanye were close over the years. Have you talked to Kanye lately? How's he doing?
I haven't talked to Kanye in a while. He's been living up in Wyoming. I have always loved Kanye. He has been so good to me. Even going through everything I went through 5 years ago, he was like my biggest supporter in the family, and I'll never forget that.
It's been a wild summer and a wild time. How have you held up during everything, all in all in the quarantine? How have you been, and how are you and Sophia both doing?
At first, the quarantine was really tough. Now it's kind of wearing on you, because it's just been a long time. The good news is I've made myself busy, by starting this channel, shooting things, editing things, putting things together. So I feel like I'm doing something. I have actually a few things coming up. I have I can't say too much about it, but I'm doing a little pilot for a sitcom.
You're starring in it?
Well, I'm in it. Yes, I'm in it with a friend of mine who wrote the script and this and that. So, yeah, I'm gonna shoot that. We're kind of doing it down and dirty because of all the restrictions right now with SAG and AFTRA. But yeah, in about 3 weeks, I'm going to shoot that. You know, it's only a couple days of shooting, but it will be fun. Then they're going to go out and try to sell it. We'll see. But it's something different.
Into acting for you, is it comedy? Is it drama?
Oh, it's all comedy.
Wow.
Yes, I love comedy.
We're so excited that you're still bringing us this content. It sounds like you have some awesome ideas, and you've brought joy to so many people for so many years. So I'm excited to see what you do next.
I want the channel to be fun, but also motivating, you know. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of things going on.